The journey of a photo from the camera to the hard disk. How does a computer take a photo from a camera, an input, and store it on a hard disk, that's storage? What happens in between? What components are involved? When you connect the camera to the computer with a cable, a message is sent to the CPU, the Central Processing Unit. The CPU looks at the message and sees that a camera has been connected. The message is sent in binary codes because this is the language the CPU uses to communicate inside the computer. The CPU receives the message that a camera has connected and processes the message. It considers, what does the user want to do? It looks at the software on the system that is used with cameras and sends a message to the software that a camera has connected. The software will decide what to do next. The software sends a message to the CPU to display on the monitor. The CPU receives the text message from the software and displays it as pixels on the monitor. All of this happens very fast, in nanoseconds. To us, it looks as though it happens straight away. The user uses an input device, such as a keyboard or a mouse, to communicate to the software. Here, the user is choosing the first option. They want to add the photos from their camera to their picture folder. The keyboard sends a message to the CPU to show which key the user pressed. The CPU receives the message and processes the input to see that this key is for option 1. The CPU then tells the software that the user selected option 1. Now the software knows what the user wants to do. The user wants to store the data in their photo folder. There are lots of folders in the computer hard disk. Which one will the photo be stored in? The software knows which folder belongs to the user. It will tell the CPU what to do. The software sends a message to the CPU telling it that the photo needs to be copied from the camera to the MyPics folder. Now the CPU knows which folder. It looks up the folder address on the hard drive. The CPU copies the photos from the camera to the MyPics folder on the hard disk. It has to copy the photos pixel by pixel. The CPU works faster than the hard disk. The memory helps out the CPU by storing some of the pixels until the hard drive catches up to the CPU. The pixels in the photos are stored as binary codes on the hard disk. So that is how the parts of a computer work together to store a photo on a hard disk.